Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start. Today, really, what I want to talk about is communication, and I'm going to let Lucerne come in today. I'm going to let him overshadow me. If you're new to Lucerne, Lucerne will overshadow me. My voice will change a little bit. It'll change. It'll get how he speaks. I'm not going to completely leave my body like I do in workshops where I completely leave. I'm going to still be here. I'm just going to let him overshadow me because I have to be part of the computer here. So it's like I have to allow him to overshadow me. But I want him to talk about communication today. Next week we're going to do vibrations, raising vibration or the connection to vibration. So we're going to do that next week. But this week I want to talk more about communication with spirit and how individuals on the other side hear us, how they talk to us, how they radiate their vibration with us. And really, we're kind of working at that vibration every day. Now I go into trance and let Lucerne speak through me, but we're all kind of in this kind of mode, this connection to our higher self, this connection to higher sense of consciousness. So we're always moving in that direction of a higher sense of consciousness constantly every single day. So whether we realize that we're being downloaded into from the spirit world, allowing us to have events, situations, and things in our lives, but we're always things are being put into our vibration. It's when we watch, when we kind of have an understanding of how it works, how spirit is trying to work with us. And sometimes we're kind of in that situation where we actually see spirit or clairvoyant or clairaudient or clairsentient, and we're actually doing that. But most of the time we're kind of trying to grasp around for straws, especially when you try to go to a medium or somebody, they kind of grasp around for straws. And a few years ago I had an individual that gave somebody a reading, and from the platform, he looked at the individual and say, well, I have your mother here. And the lady looks and, no, my mother's still alive. Well, it must be an aunt. And he goes, no, aunt's not in spirit. Then he went through grandmother. Grandmother's not in spirit. So he said, well, maybe it's an uncle. Maybe it's a nephew. Finally he landed on some kind of distant uncle. And she said, well, I do have a distant uncle in spirit. He goes, that's who it is. So like playing 24 questions. And really, what you want to do is try to get the information as clear as you can. But sometimes this communication, this working as communicating with spirit, is this whole vibration of trying to stay within that level. I consider when I do mediumship is there's a stream of energy that runs above me. There's a stream of energy of connection to the spirit world. And me, as an individual, I have to raise my vibration. I have to raise it. I have to either meditate, breathe, do whatever I need to do to put myself in that stream where the information is. And I have to stay in that stream. That is through breathing techniques. That's through connection to breathing techniques. So I have to stay within that stream. And we have to, and we know, and I explain to people when you do readings or you do communication with spirit, you know when you're on, you know when you're connected. It just kind of flows. It clicks. You don't have to work at it. It's not something you personally will have to work at and go, oh my God, I've been working at this. I'm trying to pull. It's not pulling. It's just you're just flowing with the flow, and you're allowing the information to flow through you, just to flow through your vibration. So a connection of having things flow through your vibration. So really what you're really doing is having that connection, that flow. And when I do Lucerne, and he's been with me for, God, I guess about 20-some years now, been with me a while. And at first when I started working with him, it took a while for me to connect to him. It took a while for me to make that connection it took a while for me to breathe and sit and wait for him to manage himself in and around my vibration. Now that I've been doing it for a number of years, it doesn't take that long for Lucerne to set up residence in my vibration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk here for a little bit. I'm going to allow him to pull close into my vibration, and you'll notice that my vibration will change a little bit, but it'll be Lucerne speaking and explaining communication. So, and remember, I might hear a little bit of it when I'm there. I don't hear the whole thing, so hopefully I don't sit here and come back and you guys are sitting here going, well, when's he going to speak? Hopefully that Lucerne speaks and does this. He did it last time I did this. He does it very well in private events, but he did it last time I did this on the computer. So the vibration with communication is a connection of higher senses of consciousness. And what you're doing is trying to raise your consciousness to move with them. You don't want to stay on the lower planes of the lower vibration with spirits. You want to move to a higher vibration. I'm not saying that lower vibrations are not going to give some kind of information, but you want that information that coming from a higher sense, a higher vibration when you're doing this. And that's connecting to that source within your vibration. The connection with spirit is we listen to the energy, the fields of energy that radiates within individuals within your life. And we sit here on the other side not to truly understand how this works with us. We know how it works with us. We know what the vibration is, and we know where we can propel ourselves towards to help you, to communicate with us. But we don't do all the work. We don't do that other work. I've said many times when I've explained to groups and people and individuals, we only jump in front of the bus when you've done something stupid or crazy. We have to appear to save you and bring you out of some kind of trouble within your life. But most of the time we sit in waiting for you to make that first step, that first vibration to where we are. It isn't a question of where we want you to be, it's where you deem you want to be. It's how much communication with us do you want? That is the key, and sometimes people will get here on the other side and they'll speak to us through meditation, through dream state. They'll do all the work, do the vibration, and then they get scared of what information that they might be getting, or who they might be attracting themselves to. So then they ruin the communication by asking so many situations of themselves, when they are only the channel that speaks through. We speak through you, my children, not us, not you through us. We speak through you from the spirit world. That is the question we do. We don't speak on a vibration and think that, oh my God, you are the one, you are the teacher, you are the student when you're doing trance. I, at this point, are overshadowing Lewis, but he's a student listening to guides and individuals on the other side. When I do this, when I propel this in motion, it isn't a question that I do this just to do this. What I do this for is mostly to connect to individuals, to give them the understanding of how it works. So there's no misunderstanding when you do the work. First of all, with communication with spirit, there is a communication first. There is that being quiet within yourself, clearing your mind, allowing us to pull close to you. If you're thinking about everything in the world in your life, and you have not cleared your mind, there is no place for us to set up residence. There is no place for us to be. So we have to stand on the outskirts of your vibration until you're ready to receive us.
Think of it as the old days when the drawbridge was pulled up, keeping people out. So many individuals have that drawbridge drawn into the vibration, drawn up. It's not sent anybody to the door to lower the drawbridge. And we sit on the other side of that drawbridge, waiting for it to come down, waiting for you to open the door so that we can move in. That is the first thing of clearing minds, to clearing the vibration of this idea within your vibration that you are only the channel that connects, like cooking a wire to the other side. You are the wire, not the power that comes through the wire. And we, therefore, give you the information to allow yourself to make that decision. Spirit on the other side is not wrong. They are not totally wrong when you say, well, that person didn't give me a good reading. It is how the person receiving it is interpreting it, interpreting the information that is coming through. That is when we decide on what in your life do things mean. That is your second quest within your vibration with communication. What does it mean to you? When something appears in your life, what is the meaning of that object? Whether it's a bird, whether it's a place, what is the meaning? Because what we do on the other side is we prepare within your vibration symbols to get your attention, to find the reasoning for that. And when you say, that is what it means to me, that is what it will always mean to you. When that appears in your mind's eye, when you see it, that connection within yourself, you will truly understand, yes, that's what it means. I have always when I travel with Lewis, I still overshadow him every once in a while, during readings and during different things within his vibration. And I listen to people, and I listen to them. And Lewis really realizes when I shake my head, and I give this little look, that it doesn't really commute. What they're teaching, or what they're propelling within somebody doesn't commute. What commutes with spirit is you are not going to attract something in your life that will throw you off balance. You're not going to attract something evil, something you forgot to pull back out in your life and drop somewhere. You will attract in your life where your vibration is. That's why you raise your vibration. And by raising your vibration, I don't mean you do this on a physical situation of trying to raise it. You work on your breath, by getting your breath in a rhythm within your body, by clearing your mind, allowing the energy of spirit to propel itself towards you. Meditation starts the first journey. The first vibration to us is through a meditation, to attracting and putting in your life your dream state, by understanding how you dream, how your dreams radiate within you. These are all first steps, baby steps within your vibration, as you might call them, until you actually get to where you need to be. Then we start to appear. You start finding out who we are, why we are here, when we first arrived in your vibration. This might not be the first lifetime that we have been around you, that we have traveled with you in your little circle of guides and protectors. We have traveled with you probably through lifetimes. If you realize with your guides and you have talked to your guides and worked with your guides, you have this true understanding that some of your guides have been with you for a while. They know who you are. They know where you've been and what you're wanting to achieve in this lifetime. Because they were there on the other side when you announced that you wanted to come down here. They were there, standing there with you. They heard exactly what you decided to do on this earth plane. who you wanted to affect, what you wanted to learn, where you wanted to go. They heard it. Now, when you ventured here, left spirit side of life in here, you forgot that. You forgot who you were supposed to see, what you were personally supposed to learn. You are here, but your guides have not forgotten that conversation. And they, in turn, propel you where you need to be. Your job, your career. We on the other side have always thought it interesting. When people arrive back here on the earth plane, they usually do a career or a choice in their life that they've had in a past life. It feels familiar. It feels connected to them. It feels something that radiates calmness to them. So they move off in that direction and that field of existence. But when you understand truly how the energy flows, I've talked before in a vibration with Lewis and explained to him, but I wanted to explain to you how we see the energy field. There are meridian lines in this earth plane that run throughout the universe and out into eternity. They are lines of energy, different colors, different vibrations, but lines of energy that run throughout the universe. Now remember, you are standing on one of those lines. Wherever you live right now, wherever you are standing within one of those meridian lines. You're there. And you're part of that vibration. You're part of that vibration that tracks out into eternity. But there are many others that are on that same meridian line. They are affecting the energy into the universe. And through communication, through that meridian line that runs through the universe, you pick up information from the source. The line didn't just start somewhere out in the universe from nowhere, and it goes to nothing. It starts at source. It feeds out into the universe and revolves itself back again to source. So you will never away from source, from the divine, from being divine, by being connected to a higher consciousness. You're always there. You're standing on that line. So when you say, I can't get anything, I can't communicate with spirit, it is just a blockage within your life. It is something within your life that has blocked you from moving in this direction. And sometimes we need help. We need professional help to help us. By doing maybe a regression within your life. Maybe finding somebody to open that blockage within your vibration through hypnosis. Maybe that would work for you. Finding who arrives in your life to help you. To remove the locks on the drawbridge, so the bridge can come down and spirit can enter in. That's how communication starts. Sure, we can lob things into the building, but you might not get all the information you need until the drawbridge comes down. Until you allow the energy of spirit to move in. And that is what we have taught Lewis Smith for many years. Fear is the killer of mediumship. The fear of not connecting, the fear of not giving a good reading, the fear of something maybe attaching to you, the fear of these vibrations. The third thing, your vibration, you should get rid of fear in your life, especially with communication with spirit. When you leave or you have this out-of-body experience or your connection to us, notice that all your guides, your protectors, the master teachers, the guides that are working with you, are standing in your vibration, keeping at bay anything negative that was there to bother you. So if there was something negative in your vibration to bother you, we would skirt it away. It's only when you put your mind there, when you put your mind in that vibration, that is when you go into a situation in your life that throws you off balance. Many years ago, I attended a seance with Lewis. I was overshadowing him and coming into the room, and before we could get into the room, this woman had this fire going. It was smudging the room, getting rid of evil spirits. She was explaining to the group that there were evil spirits in the room and that she needed to get rid of them. That she was going to smudge them out of the space. Well, I had a heart-to-heart discussion with Lewis and said that we should probably move along our way. Because if this woman had to use that much smudge to clear the energy out of this room that she believed was in that room, in which she was drawing to her space, we had no business in that space. We had no business there. We needed to leave. It's when you believe that something is going to happen to you, and you believe it strongly enough, you will receive it. If you believe in health so strongly in your life, you will have health. If you believe in mediumship so strongly in your life, you will have that. It's what you believe in. What you believe in, what you're attracting in your life. I'm not going to tell you that there isn't negative on the other side. There's plenty of that over here. But do you want to go there? That is your question. Throwing all these prayers and everything into the spirit world, you can pray all you want. You can clear any space you need. But until you realize the space was clean before you entered it, then you have not received what you need in your life. Every space is protected by one reason. It is protected because of your guides, your protectors, your individuals in your life. They have entered the space with you. They are your protectors. They are your master teachers. And they will keep whatever around your vibration is not supposed to enter in. So remember, when you have these situations in your life, don't believe that in your life that you are attracting something negative within your life. And if you are, then change that mind thought into a positive direction within your life. And that in turn will change the energy on that meridian line that you stand on. Sure, people move in their life and they change their life, but that's because the stand on that line is done. What they needed to do to affect that space has been finished. Things happen in a person's life and they move somewhere else. They change their life. They change partners. They change things within their life. Not because we've kicked you off the meridian line. You are finished with that power line and you are moving to a different line of existence. We must always be open for change, situations within our lives. Change is constant with mediumship. Sometimes the communicator will not be the same. And when you get too focused on communicating, and we tickle ourselves here on the other side when somebody says, I have a mediumship guide. I have a guide that produces through me and gives the readings through me. Well, we kind of laugh and giggle on the other side. It's not exactly what it is. What happens on the other side is whoever is in the space, whoever's in the vibration within that moment that you're giving that reading, that person will stand up because their energy will be conducive with the person that you're reading. Not every guide on the other side is going to mix and radiate with that person. When Lewis does readings, it's not every time he does a reading, it's the exact same message bearer that steps into the vibration. It is a message bearer set there for that communication with that individual. And that individual, that communication is protected by a circle of confidence. A circle of guides that circle the communication between the person giving it and the person receiving it. There is a circle of affinity that appears between the individual and the person giving the reading. So it is a protection of safe space. Vibration of safe, unless you start opening it up and telling everybody in the world there's negative stuff all around you, and you're just going to bring through negative stuff. Then possibly you're going to do that. You're going to bring through energy into the space that isn't as good as it should be. As it should be in the vibration. Because you have guides that protect you. You have protectors. And you have yourself, your higher vibration, your consciousness attached to the higher divine. You are attached. You are connected. If you are not here, it would affect the earth plane. It would affect the vibration on the earth plane. If you were not residing on the earth plane at this moment, it would affect the energy field. Sometimes you people leave here way too early. They're afraid to be here. So whatever life force they had left in their life is given to somebody else that possibly could not have survived this earth plane, but really wanted to be here. Then all of a sudden they have a miraculous healing, a vibration within their life that changes their consciousness. That life force will be moved to their vibration so that they can finish their job here. Sometimes we do things in our lives, not because we do things that disrupt our body, stops us from fulfilling our vibration on this earth planet. We can make ourselves sick, but then the energy arrives to make us better, to finish the vibration, to finish it before we leave this earth plane. And remember, none of you get off this earth plane without finishing the task at hand. Whatever task you agreed with on the other side, with your guides encircling you, that is what you will finish. And until that is done, you will not leave here. Whether you want to or not, you will not. Until that job, till that connection to that vibration is finished, then you're allowed to come home, you're allowed to come back to the other side. And if you still had life force in your vibration, that gets moved to someone else so that they personally can finish their job. Because each and every one of us are on a team. Spirit world and this earth plane. We on the spirit world are trying to help you, trying to encourage you on your journey. Think of this as a vibration. People have this idea, why? Why do my guides help me? Why do relatives stay behind me? Why are they part of the vibration? Think of your life. If I took you out somewhere where you had no idea where I took you, and dropped you somewhere off in some place completely out of character for yourself, and left you there, do you not think I would pack you some supplies? Some things in your life to get you down the path? Think I would just leave you there with nothing? No. We in Spirit do not do that. We prepare you for the journey. We do not orchestrate the journey. We prepare you for the journey. What you do is you have the free will and choice to decide what type of journey it is to be. The destinations will appear in your life that you chose to go through, but the journey to those are how you see them, not how we see them. We give you the avenues through Spirit, through a reading, through conscious endeavors, through purifications from our vibration. We give you these different options within your life. We can't just pick you up and drag you somewhere. That is only when you have not listened to something that needed to be done, that you decided to do and you haven't listened, then we propel you in that direction. But almost all the time, my dear children, it is this story of you choosing the direction, choosing the vibration within your life. So nobody gets out of here too early. Their life ended too quickly, too early. Well, it ended because their journey here was done and they were needed somewhere else. The journey here was done. We are all connected in this vibration. So when you're doing communication, you allow yourself to meditate, clear your mind. Allow yourself to understand who you are and what you really want from it. Get rid of fear within your vibration. Sure, you can say a prayer, you can say something, but don't fixate it on something within your life that you have to do this. Prayers are only repetition. If I say a prayer every single time I do something, I say the same prayer every time. What I'm doing is I'm building an energy field, a vibration ahead of me. So sooner or later, that's going to be a higher vibration because I have built on it. That's when you do meditation. Sure, the first time you meditate might not be the wondrous time in your life, but you keep putting the energy back into that vibration until it starts to pick up. That's why in the day when we used to speak and manifest from spirit and be full body apparitions and things in the vibration, people were ready. People would sit and communicate with us day after day after day, building the energy within the space. And then, when the energy got so where it was at a level that we could manifest, we would. That is just, today, people don't do that. You don't have circles that meet every single week at the exact same time and exact same time and place, because people don't have the time anymore to just sit and do this work. Sit and communicate. I know you have things in your life to do, but if you don't do it with other groups of people, do it for yourself. Do it with that connection to your higher self, your higher vibration within your life. Because Spirit will be here with you, constantly with you. I am Lucerne. I've incarnated in other places, but not here on the earth plane. But there are many people within my group that have incarnated here. They have been within this vibration. They've understood the vibration. I speak this way, with this brogue, with this vibration, not because it is the voice that I have been accustomed to on the other side. It is the voice of Lou's first trance guide, Charles. And since Lewis's voice box was already ready for this voice, there was no sense in me changing the voice and the vibration. There was no sense in me changing the vibration of the voice. But allow yourself to find your vibration within your life. When we help Lewis teach, it is a question of teaching different ways of communicating with us. If you communicate in a way with spirit and it works for you, my child, don't allow somebody to tell you that that's not the way you should communicate with spirit. You should communicate in a different way. Communicate the way that fits the vibration for you. That fits you. It fits the vibration. Not because somebody else thinks you should do it the way they do it, or the way they communicate with spirit. There's too many people that I've seen in this world do not participate in communication with spirit because they tried to do it the way somebody else thought they should. They never really got it. They only followed a path that was never theirs to begin with. So follow a path in your life. See where Spirit wants you. You might need a tool in your life to get you out of the way. You might need something to empower you, like hypnosis or a tool or something in your life to propel you to where you need to be. But don't be ashamed to say, oh no, I need to use this tool. You need to use it as long as you need it until you allow it to move away from you. But do the tools if that is something you need in your life. There's so many tools out there to use to communicate with us, because it's not because we're trying to throw you off balance. The tools are for you to allow yourself to get a part of your brain out of the way. That's why mediums will rub their fingers together when they do readings, or they'll rub something, or they'll touch their face, or they'll do something in their life. You'll watch people read, and you'll see their little quirks that they do. It's not a tool. They're not actually standing on the platform with a deck of tarot cards. But it is just as well as a tool as anything else, because they're taking themselves out of the way. And that is what the tool is for, so that you can be a channel to the spirit world. So find the gift, find the vibration within your life that gets you to where you need to be. That is the question of where you feel like you need to be, not because somebody tells you that is where we want you. And the communication is keeping track, keeping some kind of journal when you start this work. Or if you've been in the work for a while, start a new journal for yourself. Where are you at this point? What bridge have you crossed? Where are you standing? What is Spirit trying to show you? Keep track of it in a small journal within your mediumship. So within that journal, you can look back and you can figure out if there's something you need to change, something you need to ask your guides for. You know, when you take classes in schools, you take notes. You try to get that information from all those notes just before you take the test. Same thing with Spirit. We aren't giving you a test, but we are giving you all these notes to memorize, to put within your vibration for you. And your bookwork or your classwork might not be like someone else's. You might look at how somebody else does it, and you might be very surprised that they are even connecting to Spirit. But you know you are, because you're within that flow of energy, that flow within the vibration of Spirit. Listen to where you are. I know that we can do mediumship, and there are many ways to teach mediumship. Find a teacher, find a program, find a vibration within your life that gives you that connection for you. Your energy, your vibration. Whether it's a camp, whether it's a school, whatever it is. Or maybe it's just a good circle within the vibration that you're sitting in and you're developing. Allowing yourself to connect to that. But don't be discouraged if you don't get everything right, my dear. Because not everything is going to be 100%. Not any medium in the world is 100% right. We have tried our best to do the best we can as giving you the information, and you personally do the best you can to elevate that information to someone else. But allow yourself to ask us. New thing we've taught Lewis in our vibration is that if you're in your life, every week, every month, probably every month, my child, you should quiet yourself. Get somewhere quiet in your life. You should quietly close your eyes and ask your guides, is there something I miss? Something I should have seen? Something I should have put in motion? Could my guides please show it to me? That simple vibration will send ripples out into the spirit world. And if there's something you did miss, something you didn't see, something you should have put in motion, it will propel itself in your life tenfold. It will be through and out of your vibration. You will not miss it. Then you will know there's something you need to propel within your vibration. But allow yourself to find that compassion within your life. Love the mediumship, whether you do it just for yourself. Most people in this earth plane do not give professional readings. They do the connection to spirit, to find their journey, to get knowledge within the vibration. When I met Lewis, it was Charles Davenport was his guide at one time, as working with him through trance when he was younger. And many years after that, Lewis had an out-of-body experience, traveled to the other side of life, and sat where I sat. And I sat there one day when he came and sat down next to me. And we had a long conversation about the universe. And I asked him at that point if he was ready for me to work through him. And he said he was. And that's when Charles became part of the group of the 47. And I stepped forward as the speaker of the group. Everyone can do a trance mediumship if they allow themselves to move in that direction, to channel spirit through them. But this is not a journey in your life for the faint of heart, you know. It is a journey of trust between the medium and the spirit. I have to trust that Lewis is ready for me to pull up close to him or to inhabit his vibration. And he has to trust, have full trust within the vibration that I will vacate when I get done. So there is a mutual trust of connection here on the other side. There are protectors that protect you. But as I've said here before, with communication with spirit, you can't tell us that you want one thing, but be afraid that something else is going to happen. If you allow us to know what you want with your mediumship, we will protect you. We will propel you there. I have to tell you this, that I have been through and out of this vibration with Lewis through his whole life. I was assigned to him before he got here. I have been with him. Not once through his mediumship, but through his connection to the spirit world has he asked for protection. Not because there isn't stuff out there. He just doesn't go into that negative vibration. He asks for the highest and best for the person that's there for the reading, and the highest and best for the session. But that's about it. He doesn't throw salt over his shoulder and pray some kind of weird little incantation and throw smudge and all kinds of stuff into space. He says just a few words that his guides know. And when you do this mediumship, you're really starting in the vibration, and you're really getting into it. Give your guides a code word to turn your mediumship on. Find some kind of code word. I don't care if it's pineapple, whatever this is, whatever code word that you would deem to turn your mediumship on. Allow your guides to understand that. Then what you do is you allow yourself to find a one to turn it off. You don't want your mediumship running in your life 24/7. You don't want that 24 hours a day it's running. Spirit will exhaust you. They don't sleep. If we know you're awake and you really want to talk to us, we can be there. So you have to tell us when you want to be down. You don't want to be connecting to spirit at this moment. And we will be there for that. We will understand that. Give us a word. Give us a code word. Shut it off. I love it when people tell Lewis that they keep me up all night, Lewis. They're always running around the house because the person did not set a code word to shut it down. Then allow yourself to find the path, the journey within your life. The journey. There's a journey here that is yours. It's not mine. It's not any of your guides. It's yours. And the journey in mediumship starts with you making the first effort to start the journey. And along that journey, pieces of mediumship will appear in front of you. Whether it's through healing, whether it's through automatic writing, whether it's through hypnosis, whether it's through something else. Different pieces of the puzzle will appear in front of you for you to look at, to evaluate, to see if it works for you. We don't force you to do it. We just put these pieces in front of you as you start to make your journey. Because your vibration probably not like somebody else's here today. Your vibration is set for you. Set for your vibration, not someone else's. So you have to work with where you are, where your vibration is. And through practice, through major practice within your life, you will find your gift from the spirit world. You'll find it. What you want to do with it is up to you. But you will definitely find your gift and how spirit works with you. Because you could have just a knowing within your life. A knowing of things, a knowing of stuff. You know that it's supposed to happen this way. That is spirit helping you with that vibration. So allow yourself to find your journey. And we on the other side wait for you to find that. And we attract you. Don't believe that every guide on the other side is just assigned to one person. If some guide on the other side, even myself, is Lucerne, believes that I can help you. I can venture from this part of Lewis's vibration, come into your vibration and help you. I can send runners into your vibration to help you on your journey. Not every medium has this specific guide that's locked into their vibration under lock and key. They are there because they can work well with their vibration. But doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't have the same vibration and gets them to where they need to be. The question here with the vibration of spirit is to get you to where you need to be. And I hope today I'm going to vacate a little tiny bit, let Lewis start coming back. But I hope that your journey with mediumship, with communication, starts with that first step. And once you make that first step, allow yourself to find the true passion of your existence here on the earth plane. Because we on the other side celebrate you. Celebrate you every single day. Not because we need to. You here on this earth plane have made that conscious decision to venture here, to live at this time, to be here with all the energy within this earth plane. You have forged a path, not only to affect you with a higher vibration, but to affect the spirit world. You are our scouts that have appeared here on the earth plane, scouting out into the wilderness to find a place for others to gather, for others to follow. Whether you believe that you have led a path through the woods, remember, there are people in your vibration that you have affected in a positive nature. And through affecting them in a positive nature, you have affected the spirit world. Whether it's positive or negative, you still have affected the spirit world. And we, in turn, move you down that path, allowing you to make decisions of where you need to be. So hope your journey is as pleasant as it should be. Not disruptive. If it is disruptive, then ask your guides. There's something you need to see, something you need to put in motion, something you need to do. Please show you. Give us the attention. Raise the white flag. Sound the trumpets. Let us to know that you're in trouble. If you continue to go down a path, we believe that you like it, and we allow you to venture down that path. It's only when you tell us that, no, I'm not going to do this. It's not within my life cycle. But then in turn, we have propelled other things in your life to give it to you, to allow you to make other decisions, to move in a different direction. So I hope that you enjoyed today. I let Lewis start to come back, and I will venture off a little bit, off into the side here, but hopefully I've given you some information about mediumship and communication. I kind of feel that possibly that Lucerne kind of left this point. The question is, he can stay for a while, but then it gets me a little kind of exhausted. Not exhausted, but wears out my voice and wears me out trying to just talk. So the question here is, I know that he was talking about communication, about working with spirit, and as a medium, I've communicated with spirit my whole life. I don't get every reading right. I don't get everything perfect. I don't. I do my best, and I beat myself up if things don't pan out the way I think they should have, because I did my best. I did my best to do my best for that reading. And I try to pull the information through as pure as I can and allow it to move through me. And I try to be the most clear channel. And maybe that's what we need to learn to do, is try to be the most clear channel that we can be for the spirit world, because we need to clear, and we need to work on that. Because I do, as I've said here before in these classes, I do Ho'oponopono. I do Joe Vitale Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I do those things. So I clear, I clean, I clean, I clear. I clear my vibration. I'm continually clearing, continually working on my vibration. Not because I'm going to be special. It's just I'm always clearing, always working on my vibration. There's always something in my vibration that I need to work on or to improve upon, to move higher, to move to a different level. So I'm always working. And we never get to a space that we need to be, because I've been doing mediumship. I followed after my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother, and they all were all psychics and mediums and healers and people. And I just feel like I'm just as good as the next reading I do. I just feel like I do as best I can. And I feel like you don't beat yourself up if the reading doesn't pan out as much as it does, because I think sometimes we get readings in our lives, or we do readings, or we get some kind of communication that doesn't work out as well as it should. What if that was maybe a little bit of a lesson to change something, to move something, to rearrange something? And I think when Lucerne talked about the journey, we're always deciding on what type of journey. What type of the vibrational journey are we on? And we're always restocking. We're always putting stuff in our backpack. We're always restocking as we move down our personal journey in our life. Because things happen. They weren't really our things that we did. We're in the COVID virus right now, and people are dying, and we're losing people. And I just lost a beautiful soul the other day to the COVID virus. And I lost a beautiful soul that will probably never be replaced, because she was just that connected to spirit. And she has now passed to the spirit world, because now that changed something. It changed the movement in my life. There's some workshops and things I probably will not be doing in different parts of the world. But I might, but I don't know. I don't know how that's going to change the journey. I didn't change it. Different things have happened to change the focus of the journey. And that's what we have to look at. Not the journey itself. What's going on in our life today that's changing the focus of the journey? Then allow ourselves to move in that direction. If somebody walks into your life today and says, I'm going to teach you how to do tarot, and you go, oh, I was thinking about doing tarot. I should probably learn how to do this. Then you should probably go do tarot. Might not be a thing you keep for the rest of your life, but it's something that you need to learn, something you need to put in your vibration. That's when I teach readings, I teach classes, I teach tarot. I teach crystal readings. I do
rope readings, smoke readings. I do all kinds of types of readings. It's coming Friday night. I'm going to do wax readings, candle wax readings, which are really really cool. But I can't use them in every reading. But candle wax readings are really cool. If you really learn how to do them, you go, those are perfect. That's awesome. Because that might be something that works for you. See, that's what I'm saying here with mediumship, with communication with spirit. Maybe somebody else doesn't do candle wax readings, but maybe you do. Maybe it's something that just radiates to you. You'd be the best candle wax reader that you could be. So that's what I'm saying. You say, don't take somebody to judge you on what you're doing, but allow you to be the best you can be in that, because that radiates to you. It fits the vibration for you. Because I tell people, learn as much as you can about different types of readings, because some of them, you make your own little tool belt. You make your own little tool belt of what you're going to use and what you're going to put in motion. You make a tool belt. If you only have one tool in your tool belt and something else happens, you cannot get back to it. You can't fill the tool belt. You're only with one tool. Mediumship reading to close up today. Mediumship readings are psychic. And people can fight with me over that whole situation, but they are. You either start your readings off psychically and end them mediumistically, or you do it mediumistically and you end it psychically. You don't have that continuous connection to spirit. You have a connection to the energy, the vibration of energy. When I talk about your colors, your auric field, different things in your vibration, I'm talking psychically. I'm communicating to relatives, people on the other side. I'm doing it mediumistically. But you're going to do both, and you have to learn how to do both. Because some people that come to you that might want to speak to you about a reading or a connection to spirit, sometimes they don't want to connect to spirit. I have no idea of connecting to spirit. They want you to read them psychically. They want you to connect to them psychically of what's going on in their life, how their kids doing, what's their parents doing. You know, am I going to be sick? Am I going to keep my job if I'm moving? No, do psychically. So you're doing a little bit of psychic work. So you have to learn both. So remember, if somebody tells you, oh, you're just going to be a medium, you're just going to learn mediumship. Well, kind of understand you're going to have to add a little bit of psychic studies into the situation so you have that tool in your tool belt when you need it, when you need the vibration. Because I've learned how to do many forms of readings. Some of them don't radiate as much as I Ching doesn't radiate coins, reading coins doesn't radiate as much as it should for me, but it doesn't. But I have pieces of it in my I have pieces that I understand, that I like, others I don't. But you'll find things that you really radiate to you and other things that, I like that part. Take whatever part of the vibration and put it in your tool belt. So eventually, when you walk past, you'll have your own personal tool belt. Nobody else has got a tool belt like yours. It's yours. Nobody can read like you read. Nobody can propel like you propel, because you have made your own tool belt. But I hope that you got something out of today. Remember, next week we're going to talk about vibration. We're going to talk about vibration next week, and I'm going to show you some of the cool stuff. I got these crystal pyramids, little things, crystal pyramids, that I'll show next week. Something to do with energy and vibration, and how to raise it within your own vibration. And we'll do a little bit next week. A little bit with stones, a little bit with crystal pyramids, a little bit of stuff with that. Teach you a little bit about that, so you can actually have an understanding of what stones do when you place them in your personal space. So we'll get into the energy of stones next week as far as mediumship when they're placed in your personal space. You'll see how the energy changes within your readings and different things in your vibration when the stone is present. So I hope you enjoyed today. And this will actually be put on my YouTube channel once. It'll be put on my YouTube channel. Thank you, guys.